The next node is particle radius, and you can just take it from here in the constant, or right click and go to constant, and you can take the particle radius, or you can search radius, particle radius. Okay. And in here in the documentation, it is very simple to use. It is very clear to understand. So the particle radius expression output the radius in unreal units of each particle individually. This allow, for example, for change to be made to be material once the radius has reached a certain point. But this node is not required when we have Niagara. So we can do that in Niagara also. So first I'll create a very simple example like this has already here. So this is the particle radius, and I make a condition if this radius, and then make a dynamic parameter, and I have a second radius that will be our target radius. So take it like this is your initial radius and this is your target radius. So when the particle radius convert or reaches from the initial radius to target radius, something should happen. So in this case, you have just the colors, like in the example in documents, you have this color red. So if the initial radius is greater than the target radius, then it should be red, and if not, then it should be green. And also if these are equal, this should be green also. So very simple example. That's it. So save this, and yeah, here I will create a Niagara. And in this, to understand it better, I'll just remove these things. And this thing, let's take a velocity and linear and red. So we have this particle going upward, okay? And I use this material here. And in the dynamics parameter, we have the target radius. So let's say target radius is 3. But here we have the radius. So if I make this 1, this is green. If I make it 3, so if you make it like 2, it is green. If you make it 3, 4, it should turn, yeah, so it's turned red. It takes time to calculate. So now if you have a curve here in the size, so if I take the size and I say like my size is at the point 8 is 1, that is the same size it will be here. So like it is 2, and at the 1 it is like 5. So you can see it's changing the color when the particle is changing the size. Okay, and you can just add this curve. You can make it like 0.5. It will change the color. You can smooth this. Okay, so you can do that thing. And instead of this, you can just take the particle color, and here, and I want particle color should invert when the condition applies. So these things you can do. So if I say, so now particle color is by default white and it inverts. So you can also make this red. So it will always invert the color. So if you have green, the invert color is magenta. So it's doing that. And you can also do like, I don't want invert color. I want the different color. So you can use the hue and connect it here. So this is your hue. So I'm just showing you the uses of this, but you can use it according to you, but I don't think it is required. You can do the same thing in Niagara. I'll show you how. So now with the hue, we can pick the value. So we can change that color according to us, the second color. And the first color is here. So we can change the first color from here and the second color from here. So these things we can do without this node. So let's say you have just the particular here and we are not using this thing. So just save this. So now you have this thing, and in the particle size, so I'll just reset this, and I'll take the color and lerp. Okay, and you can use here the particle size, but it will take because first this is the float 1 and particle size is uh, 2, so you need to convert it vector 2, then you can connect it with the particle size, but particle size it will take from the lerp will take from 0 to 1, so you can normalize that. So what I'll do, actually I'll make the dynamic input, and here I'll take the size of particle. Let's say I just want my X size. Okay. And then I will normalize it and connect it here. Hit apply. So it's showing you the error, and it shouldn't actually. Okay, let's try to connect it directly. So it's showing you the black. So what I'll do, okay, actually it should work actually, but it's not working. It's weird. Okay, I'll take the saturate float. Let's say you have the red and the green, but it's not seems to be working. And let's turn this off for now, and let me try one thing. So this is 2. Okay, so it's working just from 0 to 1. Okay, it's working from 0 to 1. So you need to go here. Although I'm saturating it, it should work, but we can also remap things. So I want this value and make these floats, and this should connect here. So the minimum value should be 0, maximum value should be here, and then it should give you the 0 to 1. So minimum 0 means 0, and the maximum value will be the radius of this, that it will convert to the 1. And now it's not seems to be working. Why it's not working? It should work. Let me just reset this, and 1 means red and 0 means green. Yeah. So if I just let me reduce the particle rate maybe 10, and here if I go to my attribute spreadsheet, drag it here and capture, and here if we just capture the sprite size X, and you see the size is like 6 to 33. Okay, so maximum size is 33 and minimum size is 6. Okay, so because we have 6 here, so if I create a stretch pad here and take the size of a sprite and break this, and we have X, and if I take the float and make here a float, This is my size, and I will convert it to the particle and connect it here. Okay, so now I will again check, capture, and this is the particle size and this is my size. It's just giving you one, that's why it was not working. So now if I open this again, and instead of saturate, I just connect it directly, it will give you the same output. See, it's giving you the same output, but I want it should be like 0 to 1. So plot, and this is also plot, apply, and again, if I capture, it's giving just 1, not the 0. So that's the issue, it's not working. So you can also like divide it by, because we have the 6, it divided by 10. Now it gives you 0 to 3, but it's still not 1. So that means you need to divide it by 30 because the maximum size is 30. So you can now divide it by 30. Now it gives you from 0.2 to 0.9. Okay, so if I drag it here and in the color, I just connect that my size is changing the color. So there can be different ways, but I had to do it really tricky way. But yeah, you got the point. You don't need to actually divide it. You can do a lot of things, and you can make that a parameter also. So you can do that thing. You can do anything with here in the Niagara. So I think you got the point of how this work, and you really don't require this because you can do already in the Niagara and lots of other things. So thanks for watching. Keep learning. Bye bye.